Hey, and welcome to YouGoin'Pro channel. Today is going to be a great hot topic because now we are in the season of summertime and we have a lot of guys that are trying to be committed, playing travel ball, trying to get plays, trying to get recruited, the whole nine yards. So today's topic is why are D1 athletes going to JUCO nowadays? Why are D1, let's just call it what it is. Why are D1 baseball players going to JUCO? Because being in a JUCO, that's like a bad word in the baseball community. People think that if you're not going D1, you ain't doing no damage. But I beg to differ. And with that, if you are considering going D1 or just kind of on the fence, let me give you a couple of examples. Let me give you three examples. You might want to consider going JUCO. This guy is a three-time MVP. He's played quite a bit of baseball for the Dominican Republic. He went to the school called Maple Woods Community College in Missouri. Probably never heard of that school before either. He was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. Also won a couple rings with the St. Louis Cardinals. Then he went to go play with the Los Angeles Angels, and he is retired here recent. One of the big time Mr. St. Louis himself, set all kinds of records by the name of Albert Pujols. So that's a good example that went JUCO and then got drafted. So that's one good reason why you should consider JUCO. Here's another example. This guy, was just a beast. He was one of the best 15-year-olds there ever was, according to MLB scouts. Now, he went to a JUCO, and he really didn't go to high school. He kind of played around with high school and went straight to JUCO out of high school. Had some issues, conquered that. He dominated JUCO. I'm going to repeat that, dominated. Basically, he was a man among boys. The guy has records, hit all kinds of records. With that, let me give you a little bit more of this meat that you need to hear about this guy. He went to the school called the College of Southern Nevada. Never heard of school either. Never heard of it. But guess what? He was a first overall draft pick in the 2010 MLB draft. Not bad for a guy that had trouble in high school, went to JUCO, dominated, just dominated, took over everything in JUCO and became the first overall draft pick. I guess you guys are wondering who that was. Got drafted by the Washington Nationals in 2010. His name is very come on, drum roll, Bryce Harper. It's another guy that went JUCO. And today's topic is, why are D1 athletes going JUCO nowadays? You might want to consider. I got one more good example before I give you the tips. Another example. This guy, he started off with a school by the name of, I hope I'm pronouncing it, Chipola. Chipola, Chipola College. It's in Florida. And then he also went to LSU, by the way. And LSU ain't no cream puff school. There's some dogs at that school. Them boys can play some baseball. The list goes on and on. We all know about LSU in the SEC. He made his MLB debut with the LA Dodgers and also played a little bit with the Toronto Blue Jays. So those are three examples why you might want to consider today's topic. Why are D1 athletes going JUCO nowadays? So if Albert Pujols was a JUCO player, Bryce Harper was a JUCO player, Russell Martin was a JUCO player. You go do the research. Those are three guys that play in the MLB that went to JUCOs. So don't ever turn your lip or look at JUCOs like it's a waste of time. It has never been a waste of time, but Nowadays in 2025, this is the best time to try to get to a JUCO. Let me go ahead and get into the tips so you'll know there's 5 tips that I want you to be aware of that you can use for an advantage why you should consider why our D1 athletes going JUCO. Number 1, let's get on right to it. Nowadays, back when I played, I went to a JUCO as well. This is a 100% advantage as the rules still stand today in 2025. Number 1 tip is this: extended NCAA eligibility. What do you mean by that, Coach? So the NCAA has just changed the rules. So all JUCO players have an additional eligibility left over. So basically, if you went 2 years in JUCO, you start all over pretty much like a freshman that junior year. That's not bad. Hey, extended NCAA eligibility. That's tip 1. Tip 2. This is the good one here. Does it for the people that says, well, I'm not getting much of a scholarship because baseball scholarships, they don't give you a lot of baseball scholarships for the most part. They don't give you 100% scholarship like basketball or football. But there's a way now. Where there's a will, there's a way. And the way is this: it's called NIL, name, image, and likeness. You can get a deal. There's new opportunities for JUCO players as well. Just imagine if Bryce Harper was in JUCO, what his NIL sponsorship would look like. Okay, let me give you another one. What about Albert Pujols? What do you think his NIL deal would look like? So just put yourself in those two guys' position. You may not be there yet, but you're a JUCO player. You could possibly be there. With the new tips that I'm giving you, why you might want to consider D1, the NIL deals, you are a personal brand. You will attract sponsorships before you even transfer to that D1 school or whatever school you might be going to. So that's tip 2, NIL deals. Develop your own brand. Have a relationship with sponsorships. That goes a long way nowadays. Think about it. Let me give you one little tip with the NIL deal so you can, this is something I read today. There's a guy that played football. Now we're just using football, for example. Even if you don't know football, let me give you some insight. Shador Sanders was making, I think, like $6 million of endorsements, something like that, something to that degree. Don't quote me, but it's pretty much close to it. That was like 1 year when he was at Colorado last year. He's not even making that with his first year. He's making like, I think, 4.5, something to that degree. Don't quote me, but that's what I mean by having a brand. You can develop a brand. So that's the importance of now having a JUCO, going to JUCO. You can develop in the JUCO. Number 3, the third tip, something that most baseball players nowadays don't appreciate or spend more time, like when I was younger, or a lot of other guys that I know that has been on my podcast talks about this all the time. It's called skill development. That's tip 3. That's one reason why you should consider going to a JUCO, or why are all these D1 players going to JUCO? Because they want to redefine their skill and their craft. So tip 3 is skill development. It allows players to polish their skills a little bit more. And also you have experience. So when you go to just say you want to go to a showcase just for the heck of it, for the school that you've been trying to get to or you dreamed about when you were in middle school or wherever the case may be. Now these recruits can watch you because now you're in a JUCO. You bring more to the table. You bring a whole lot more to the table. You bring experience. You bring so much more to the table. So you can redefine your skill, because in JUCO, that's all you can do is just focus on your craft, get better for that next step. Tip 3. So now let's go to tip 4. Academic eligibility. Some athletes may not have the academic portfolio or resume, I must say, because I remember when I was in school, I didn't have that academic resume. I knew I had to go to JUCO. I just knew it. You know, I didn't have the best GPA, and I'm not gonna go into that today, but because we're gonna stick on the tips. But it was a gift from heaven. JUCO can be like a gift from heaven, an opportunity that when you think all the opportunities are closed, that's an opportunity for you. Now there's a million JUCOs. It doesn't have to go in the state that you're in. It can be in a different state. If you can ball, you can ball. If you can play, make it happen. With that, get your academics in place. Use that opportunity to maximize that opportunity. Get all your core value courses out the way and try to get A's. Even if you're not an A student, get a tutor. Do what you need to do to get your GPA as high as you can. You're only there for a short season. It can be 1 year, it can be 2 years. Depends on how bad you want it. So improve your academic requirements so you can get to that D1 level. So you can have everything ready to go. So you're making your load a lot easier. So that's tip 4, academic eligibility. I have one more tip, and it's the 5th tip. Going back to the title, why are D1 athletes going JUCO now? Tip 5 is scholarship opportunities. So let's break it down. You're a senior in high school and you try to go to this school, and just say you had everything going for you, but they didn't have a scholarship for you. You just hadn't, because you wasn't as well developed as a polished D1 player at that time. But now you got that JUCO under your belt. You've played. You got some ABs, got some experience. You bring more to the table. Now they can probably give you a scholarship. They can make some things happen because someone might have graduated or someone might have transfer portal or whatever the case may be. So many JUCOs use this as a stepping stone for a scholarship. So use it as a stepping stone, because initially you probably didn't get that, like I said, in high school, your senior year. So that is the 5th tip. Scholarship opportunities might have came up. So I'm asking you to do all these 5 tips that I just went over, 5 great tips. And let me give you one more bonus, because I like you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified on all this great content coming out every week. Hit it, subscribe. So the last one is an extra one. This is a bonus one for you. I got a bonus that you bring to the table coming from a JUCO. So have an open mind what I'm about to share with you. It's called playing time opportunities, or let's call it playing time advantage. So, JUCOs, you got 2 years for the most part. Some guys say 2, some guys say 1, some guys say 3, depending on what the situation may be. It can be academic probation. It can be somebody got hurt, registered medical. It doesn't matter. But this bonus one is this. You have playing time and advantage. So when you probably wouldn't have played that first year or sophomore year going to that D1, now the bonus tip is playing time at advantage. You bring to the table now, you put the ABs in. You put the bats with the ball, and you made the pitches. You had the strikeouts. You've done everything. You got everything to par. So you bring more to the table. So most coaches now, they want someone that's already ready for the most part, depending on the program is, like these powerhouse schools, which we already know what they are: LSU, Texas, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Florida State, Florida, all those powerhouse schools, they're already ready developed. So you bring playing time advantage. So normally when you have playing time advantage, you bring that experience, maturity, that fire, and that grind, because you already know what it's like not to have the D1 opportunity the first couple of years. So go ahead, soar, do what you got to do, get to that next level. This is Coach Larry at the YouGoin'Pro channel, where we give tips weekly because we want to help athletes develop proficiency and assist in their passion for the game they love. Hey, those are 5 tips. Why are D1 athletes going JUCO now? This is Coach Larry. Subscribe. Enjoy it. Take notes. Love you guys. Bye-bye.